Alright, this is my proof of concept of using dehydrated chicken with one of these Knorr noodle pasta rice packs. So I got my water. It says for the regular rice pack, it says to use 1.5 cups of water, and I found that the recipes are kind of soupy. But because I'm using dehydrated chicken, I went ahead and added in another 1/2 cup, so I got 2 cups of water boiling. And I think what I'm going to do first is reconstitute the chicken for, I don't know, maybe a minute or so, and then I'll add the noodles. And the reason why I added more water was to account for absorbing into the chicken and also a little bit of vapor loss. So it's water starting to boil. I'm going to add the chicken. I've got 1/3 of a cup, and again, this is a proof of concept, so if I find it needs more chicken, I can add more chicken later, and if it's too much chicken, I can take chicken out. But you know, this is going to be a survival food, so we'll see. There you go. And I'm gonna let that reconstitute for a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, it's been actually 10 minutes. Try to get this dehydrated chicken to soften up. Now, I didn't have any expectations of it, you know, reconstituting like it was before it was dehydrated. I just wanted it soft. So this is what it looks like dehydrated, and this is what it looks like kind of after 10 minutes of boiling. So I might want to do a taste test on it. You might have to soak it in water maybe for a little bit longer before you cook it, but let's give it a taste test. Still chewy. Yeah, still chewy. But let's move forward with the experiment. I mean, it's still edible. All right. You could like grind it, make it not really a powder, but more chicken granules, to where it'll reconstitute a little bit better. So let's. I've got it up to boiling temperature. So let's add the noodles in there and let it simmer. See what happens. And before that, it says to add a tablespoon of oil or butter, and I'm going to use my favorite bacon grease tablespoon. That's about right. Get it to know each other. So, you know, in an emergency situation where if you have to break out, you know, this stuff, you probably will have oil, but when the emergency lasts a little longer, you may have some bacon grease or whatever, some rendered fat from something else, lard. So I'm just trying this with possible different a different type of oil or fat. All right, so here we go. Adding this stuff, and it tells you to simmer for 7 minutes, so we'll do that. It smells good. It's got onion flakes and stuff like that in there. Get it back up to temperature. We'll simmer and let it sit for 7 minutes, or let it simmer for 7 minutes, and come back, see what it tastes like. All right, we have hit our 7 minutes of simmering. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it's still soupy. Yeah, these Knorr things, they seem to run a bit wet. So, I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to let it simmer, steaming up there. Maybe I'm supposed to let it simmer with the lid off. Let me let that cool down and give it a little taste test. Noodles are a little al dente. I like my noodles a little bit softer. So you see some chicken in the chicken. So down the hatch. Chicken is a little chewy. Chickadee chicken. But I think maybe if you break the chicken pieces in a little smaller pieces, or like I said, maybe put them in a food processor. Again, you're not trying to make a gourmet meal. You're just trying to get protein and energy into you, but it's not bad. And of course, when you're making your dehydrated chicken, you want to expend as little effort and energy. You know, the more processing time you put into it, it kind of defeats the purpose. But hey, if you got time and you got equipment, go for it. The 2 cups of water seem to be just right. The 1/3 cup of dehydrated chicken seems to be about the right proportion. There seems to be, you know, like a bite of chicken, a piece of chicken in every bite. So, so that's a good find. And I think I would recommend to soak the chicken first, maybe, or maybe soak it in warm water for, I don't know, maybe an hour or something like that, or just cook it a little bit longer. I cooked it for about 10 minutes before I added the noodles, and it was okay, but yeah, it's edible. So I call it a success. Alright, so reconstituted dehydrated chicken with a Knorr pack. I'll give it a little cowbell. Alright, dehydrated chicken bump.